Oh, okay. So I just got landed somewhere. I just got landed actually in the, this is interesting. They took me to the Akashics. And your guardian, you have a guardian, they're showing me your book, and we're going through the book, and he's showing me like, what page we're going to. And I'm seeing, what is it, like a nurse's symbol. I always think it was a nurse's symbol, like the little red cross in the circle. Um, but I also think of Switzerland, which is funny. But I feel like they're going back to wartime. They're taking me back. Oh, okay. Hi. So I'm seeing from your perspective. This is cool. All right. So I'm seeing from your perspective as I see you as a nurse. You're as you're, but I see you walking like you're in white. You're in white, and I see that silly little hat that they wore way back when. And I see a lot of oh, broken and disheveled bodies around um, that are needing help. And I see you walking through, but it was required for you to look a certain way, and you still had to maintain a certain look, and you're very composed, and I feel like you're very tall and very thin, and I see you looking down and I'm like, okay, and you're assessing everything that's happening. And then I feel like you see someone either you know, or that it reminds you of someone you know, and I see you crouching down and looking at them in the face. And in this lifetime, you're beyond just being a nurse. It's like you have a gift of healing touch. So you're able to touch them and calm them. And I see this young boy who's probably like 15, should not be at war, but 15, 16, just a young boy. A lot of oh, broken and disheveled bodies around um, that are needing help. And I see you walking through, but it was required for you to look a certain way, and you still had to maintain a certain look, and you're very composed, and I feel like you're very tall and very thin, and I see you looking down and I'm like, okay, and you're assessing everything that's happening. And then I feel like you see someone either you know, or that it reminds you of someone you know, and I see you crouching down and looking at them in the face. And in this lifetime, you're beyond just being a nurse. It's like you have a gift of healing touch. So you're able to touch them and calm them. And I see this young boy who's probably like 15, should not be at war, but 15, 16, just a young boy. And he looks terrified. And you stop and you crouch down and you like talk to him. This child is in your life now. This is someone you know. Okay, let me tune into this a little bit more. And I see you touching his leg and you say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And I don't know that I can save you, but I'm here for you. His leg has infection, and I feel like it goes through his body. And you stay so calm and so poised, and you made him feel so, you heal this person. You bring a calmness to this person, and this person feels indebted to you, and they're always here protecting you and standing by you. Would this make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That would be my husband in my current.
Okay. You felt so bad that he was there and that you could not fix him, that you committed to having him here, and you've been a healer in your husband's life, the duration of your marriage. Would that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I feel like there's relevance to the feeling like you were so prim and proper, and feeling like you had to maintain a certain composure at all times. And I feel like that's something that is relevant now. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Like I even see you in high heeled shoes. Like you're walking through these people who just came in off the battlefield, and you're in high heeled shoes. This is like World War I, World War II is what it feels like. And it is, and it does feel like you are it's for the Americans, but he's not American. And he was afraid you wouldn't fix him, or that he was afraid that you wouldn't want to help him. So there's just this just interesting dynamic, and I feel like you knew that you knew him. He was familiar to you. He was either a soul connection, or he reminded you of your son back home or someone back home. There was an instant connection, and he's been with you many, many lifetimes. And what I feel like now, Spirit stepping in to say the message here is that you no longer have to heal your husband. He is healed. You can hold space for him, but it's time for him to start healing himself. He has to recognize the situations he got himself into. And it's time for him to heal himself and acknowledge his own power, that he can actually do these things on his own. And you can stand here and be tall and hold space for him and allow him to grow in himself and to allow him to grow and do things on his own. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And it's time for him to start taking care of himself better. You can only offer so much advice as the nurse, as the healer, as the person is like, you can only do so much. You can only do so much. You can provide the opportunities, hold the space, and allow him as part of his journey, because you know what? He got himself into that situation in that war. He wasn't supposed to be there, and he didn't know how to get himself out because he wasn't ready for it. And he had a lot more power to than he thought. He could have made better choices. And this is where your husband, it's time for him to start making better choices in this lifetime, and you don't have to heal him. You can just help him heal himself. And now we've disconnected. Okay. That was quick. What was that? How'd that go?
It was absolutely, it's crazy because we actually just had a conversation, he and I, yesterday, where I told him, I can be here for you. I'm here for you, but you are going to have to do the work. Like I'll back you up, but I can't do it for you.
Wow. So you
So
just had this conversation.
yes, that exact conversation we had yesterday. So when you said that, it was like it was crazy because it was, I mean, almost to the T the conversation that he and I had yesterday.
Wow. So that is a perfect example of how a past life connection can relate to something right now.